possess the ball, hopefully with Tommy Burke winning draws if you're a Catamount fan, and you'll see probably some extreme patience on O.
A lot of teams were able to score against the Orange this season. Here's Bernhardt, and he's got his man hung up. He's been getting the top side at will, and he does it again. A human cheat code.
When we spoke to Vermont head coach Chris Fifes, I asked him, how are you going to cover Bernhardt? This is a good Vermont defense. They're big, they're strong, they're tough, but they don't have the foot speed to cover Bernhardt, quite frankly. I expect them to have to use some zones, some shutoffs.
Able to get his hands free. Gebhardt all over him. On the ground, and too many of these Vermont possessions ending without a shot attempt.
And that is
7 first-quarter turnovers. There's Alex Smith, plays it to the wing. Wisnowskis passed up a shot. Bernhardt inside, and he's got his second.
Tell you, there is no I in team. This was a team goal. On-ball defense by Gebhardt, who I think is a star in the making, getting better. Former midfielder, now switched to pole. And then the ground ball play. Ray Hill comes up with it. The smooth handle by Makar and the outlet pass, and Maryland runs.
Great warrior in Greek mythology. Vermont keeps turning it over. Here comes Maryland, unsettled. Bernhardt spins it to Maltz. Skip pass, step down shot, and a score. Joshua Kaufman, and it's 4-2 Terps.
Turnover city at the other end. Bernhardt makes the extra pass. The lob pass over the top to the trailer. Beautifully done. Another example of wonderful teamwork.
When J.L. Reppert took the Holy Cross job right before the season, Maryland hired Bobby Benson to be the offensive coordinator, and this is a staple of Bobby Benson's offenses. Bernhardt with a first-quarter hat trick. 5-2, Maryland. His older brother Jake can only look on the Vermont sideline.
He's got a hat trick in the first quarter. Spoke about Maryland.
Eric Holden, the Hobart transfer. Now Brown, who led Colgate in goals the last 4 years, and here's Bernhardt. He's got 3 today, plays it up top. Give Jared Bernhardt an assist. And it's 5 straight for the Terps, now 7-2. Daniel Maltz, 3-point afternoon, his first goal.
Making the extra pass. Sharon the Rock. Earlier it was Maltz with 2 assists. Look at Bernhardt. The smooth operator puts it on Maltz's stick. Terps are rolling. Coached by their volunteer Tyler Barberich. And they usually have a plan up their sleeve. They don't have great numbers this season. But anytime you count Maryland Fogos out of the equation, Anish, they seem to come back with these monster performances.
2017, John Garino was the third face-off guy going into the postseason, turned into one of the playoff heroes. Bernhardt's got 4. A 5-point afternoon for Bernhardt.
If you're a high school or youth coach, grab that remote right now and hit record, because this is an offensive clinic. Wisnauskas from the wing. Dodges, draws a double team. Kicks it to X. One more inside. The triangle offense. It's as easy.
And here comes Maryland quickly. Kaufman in transition. He's got a goal today. Feeding inside. Bernhardt scores. He's then pushed, and we get multiple flags. Jared Bernhardt's 7th game this season with 5 goals.
And another goal off the turnover in the form of the shot clock violation. Maryland restart ready here as the shot clock violation happens right there. Kaufman is off to the races. The restart, Smith up, Bernhardt caps him to steamroll his scheme, so he kind of had to be flexible and kind of run with what's already been established.
Fairman against Spencer Decker, and now Bernhardt. He's got 5 goals today. Make it 6. Swift is a shadow, short as a dream. And he's going to give Vermont nightmares all off season.
Sidearm dart. Brother Jesse. The way he uses his body and protects his stick with his shoulders and his elbows. See him use the elbow right there with the two-handed cradle? With his hands.
Bernhardt and Keelty matched up again. Now picked up on the switch by Cassidy. Short stick matchup for Bernhardt. 59 goals this year. The Terps' all-time leading scorer. And he gets topside at will and does it again right there.
When Bernhardt burst onto the scene from Orlando, Florida, he was known as a pass-first midfielder, afraid to shoot. One thing that stands out about him this season, knowing when to grasp and seize the moment. Double team doesn't happen. For whatever reason, Notre Dame doesn't send 2 from the adjacent.
Lost his stick. It's a frenzied vortex. And Bernhardt emerges. Bernhardt runs by Keelty. Snakes and stings. 5 unanswered for Maryland. The Terps in full control early.
If you're Notre Dame, this game's already off the rails. You got major defensive issues. Bernhardt's speed, it's his superpower. He's faster and can cut while running full speed. Takes a shot to the back. 2 point-blank saves, I think, to stop the bleeding. But this Maryland offense, you're pretty confident. Hey, if we get the ball, we're going to score.
Bernhardt running by Keelty again. Shoots low and scores. Jared Bernhardt just ran by the ACC Defensive Player of the Year. That straight line speed is something else.
He's in a different galaxy in terms of his athletic ability.
Fairman against McCann, who Corrigan considers a two-way midi. Help coming. Well-timed slide by Keelty. Fairman still got the shot off, and Bernhardt's got the backup now. Keelty out to meet him. He has not been able to handle the speed of Bernhardt. There it is again. Bernhardt gets topside. He's making it look too easy. He's not fair right now, Quint. He's not fair.
He's that button. He's that extra. I talked about the speed, and he's able to create separation in 3 steps. Mike Loxley, Maryland football coach, you got to give this kid a shot. He's by far the best athlete in college lacrosse that I've seen in the last decade.
And a chance to take the lead, tied at 7. Jared Bernhardt, 4 of the 7 Maryland goals. Bernhardt will shoot. He's got 5, and he continues to be unstoppable.
You'll see Jared do a double take here. He'll catch the ball, think he's going to be covered by Hallenbeck, 24 in blue. He's not, so he just steps in and says, you're going to give me this 10-yard shot, pump.
Group in terms of the continuity and running the same lines throughout the course of the season really didn't exist. The blue in the middle is the missing piece. Today, they can solve it.
That equates to your workouts, Kark. A lot of upper body, a lot of calves, not much core in the middle.
Adler retreats to the cage. Bernhardt topside, and a score. 1 in red has been unstoppable.
Terps do a terrific job matching feet on the ride, okay? That is finding bodies basically in a zone coverage and covering. JT Giles-Harris, he's forced to throw that ball to a man who's covered. It gets away from him at the other end.
Unleash the rocket ship. First step, too fast, top side. That's where he's been dominating matchups. Rarely does he have to use his rollback, because he gets his feet. Guys have the green light. They can run end to end.
Bubba Fairman out of Sandy, Utah. Now long. Wisnowski, Shintameo play catch. Bernhardt, he's got 2. 65 goals now for Jared Bernhardt.
Blue Devils have an opportunity. O'Neal has got a 3-on-2. Pass off the mark, and Grill scoops it up at the other end. One thing that we've just loved about Jared Bernhardt's game.
New 80-second to shot clock. Bernhardt, a hat trick for Bernhardt. He's got 3 of the 4 Maryland goals. And he now has more goals in an NCAA tournament than any other Terrapin in school history. 14 goals in this tournament, 1 more than the 13 by Mark Douglas back in 1991.
Be the best. It's been a shooting clinic, a shooting gallery. They're getting all the looks that they want.
He's done it off the dodge, Quinn. He's done it in the inside game. And on his 3rd of the half, he shows you some plant rip.
Adler presses out. They've got the matchup. Bernhardt against the shorty. Help coming. Bernhardt plays it up top. Perfection. Griffin Brown, the Colgate transfer. Maryland stopped turning the ball over. And since they've done that, they've had their way with this defense.
When you mentioned pack it in, pack it in. Griffin Brown is the stretch shooter. A couple of years ago, up in the Carrier Dome when he was playing for Colgate, 4 goals, spraying from downtown. When you have the attention of Bernhardt behind, you see all those white jerseys? If someone can find that passing lane, you will have time to set your feet, let it rip, and get it by Adler.
Goal cam tells me.
And Maryland also met the 2011 National Championship. Bernhardt gets the pick. Feeding the crease. Slam dunk. Bubba Fairman. All Terrapins.
Everyone talks about Bernhardt. His dodging ability. The two feeds we've seen, Quint, in this second quarter are next level, and they're very different. The prior feed that he had on the Griffin Brown goal went right through the heart of the Duke defense. That one, he just felt the...
To go in the quarter. And the Terps will try to tack on. Six unanswered for Maryland. This one knocked down. Adler tried to recover it. It trickles in.
Bernhardt. Scoop and score from inside. On the rebound. Watch number one. He's right in the middle of the slot area.
Pick it up. Little trash. Quick wrists.
For all 90 NCAA championships.
It'll be a first-time champion. Either way.
Jared Bernhardt, the punctuation. The best player in the country.
Call it a day.
Yes, call it a day is right.
.200 career goals. He sets the single-season points record. He has rewritten the Maryland record book. He has had at least 5 goals in every... He's got the short stick Kaufman. Schellenberger gets free. McNaney denies the angle.
Should have taken an extra step there. He had the separation. There was no double team. Schellenberger could have canned that.
Here's Maltz. Now Bernhardt has his man hung up. Feeding to cutting Kaufman. 3-2 Maryland.
Between failure and success. A game of millimeters. Doink off the post. At the other end, McNaney stands tall. The lefty shuts the door. And Maryland scores in early offense.
Joshua Kaufman, one of the 3 short stick defenders.
From up top. Against the short stick Merle. They get it back to Bernhardt. Swift as a shadow. Bernhardt feeds Wisnowskis. Bounce shot to score.
Well, he's flanked by some pretty good goal scorers. You see the adjacent slide by Kaloji leaves Logan Wisnowskis in his comfort zone. This is his money spot.
This team shoots 40% for a reason. Bernhardt draws all sorts of double teams. They have the ability.
Osala and Weirman again. A big face-off win for Maryland. Bernhardt fires and scores.
'20 and white Geppert. Talked about him earlier. I think he's a future pro player in Premier Lacrosse League. His game continues to grow. And there's Bernhardt. Mid-range excellence.
He ices it, and Geppert now has 2 huge plays in transition for the Terps. They need 20 to be that answer. Connors for Virginia has been able to strike from end to end. The matchup between Connors and Geppert will dictate this game.
You did good, buddy. You did good.
Thank you.
Here we go. Fairman rolls back. Nothing there.
I love that timeout.
There's Bernhardt. He scores again. Indomitable, invincible.
Oh, look, and it looked like things were going well. They had their legs. They were defending on the perimeter. But but Bernhardt has done it once again. Off ball, he continues to move, he presents a target, and a strike is delivered.
It's the little subtleties, Quinn. Everyone knows Bernhardt around the perimeter. He's lethal with the speed. But off ball, Soliday turns his head for a fraction of a second. Bye-bye.
Face-off's almost even. And Lasalo wins it for Virginia. He retreats. Errant pass. Bernhardt's got it. Feeding inside. Tomas! The pendulum swings.
Jared Bernhardt senses some disarray. Petey Lasalo tries to get the ball back to his defensive zone. It's a quick scoop. Hits the crease man. Danny Moss cashes in.
A simple exchange proves costly.